Welcome.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
What is the story of today?
Well, today we will talk about Abraham. Alayhi salam.
MashaAllah.
So, let us begin.
Some of the people of the book stated that his name was Abraham ibn Tariq, ibn Noah, ibn Sarah, ibn Ragu, ibn Falai, ibn Ahar, ibn Shalih, ibn Afshand, ibn Sam, ibn Noah. They said that when Tariq was 75 years old, he had Abraham, Nahor, Noah, and Haran. Haran had a son named Lut. They also said that Abraham was the middle child, and that Haran died in the lifetime of his father in the land where he was born, the land of the Chaldeans, Al-Chaldaniyyin, also known as Babylonia. At that time some people worshipped idols of stone and wood. Others worshipped the planets, stars, sun and moon, still others worshipped their kings and rulers. Abraham was born into that atmosphere, into a typical family of that ancient time. The head of the family was not even an ordinary idolater, but was one who totally rejected Allah and who used to make the idols with his own hands. Some traditions claimed that Abraham's father died before his birth, and that he was raised by an uncle whom Abraham called father. Other traditions said that his father was alive and was named as heir. Into that family Abraham was born, destined to stand against his own family, against the entire system of his community. In brief, he stood against all kinds of polytheism.
What happened later?
He was endowed with spiritual understanding from an early age. Allah enlightened his heart and mind and gave him wisdom from childhood. Allah the Almighty stated, "And indeed we bestowed aforetime on Abraham his portion of guidance, and we were well acquainted with him, as to his belief in the oneness of Allah, etc." During his early childhood Abraham realized that his father made strange statues. One day, he asked him about what it was he made. His father replied that he made statues of gods. Abraham was astonished and he spontaneously rejected the idea. Being a child, he played with such statues, sitting on their backs as people sit on the backs of donkeys and mules. One day, his father saw him riding the statue of Marduk and he became furious. He ordered his son not to play with it again. Abraham asked, "What is this statue, father? It has big ears, bigger than ours." His father answered, "It is Marduk, the god of gods, son. These big ears show his deep knowledge." This made Abraham laugh. He was only 7 years old at that time. His people disputed with him. He said, "Do you dispute with me concerning Allah while he has guided me, and I fear not those whom you associate with Allah in worship? Nothing can happen to me, except when my Lord, Allah, wills something. My Lord comprehends in his knowledge all things. Will you not then remember? And how should I fear those whom you associate in worship with Allah, though they can neither benefit nor harm? While you feel not that you have joined in worship with Allah things for which he has not sent down to you any authority. So, which of the two parties has more right to be in security? If you but know, it is those who believe in the oneness of Allah and worship none but him alone, and confuse not their belief with zulm, wrong, i.e., by worshipping others besides Allah. For them only there is security and they are the guided." And that was our proof which we gave Abraham against his people. We raise whom we will in degrees. Certainly your Lord is all-wise, all-knowing. In that debate, Abraham clarified to his people that these celestial bodies do not serve as deities and cannot be worshipped as partners with Allah the Almighty. Indeed, these bodies are created things, fashioned, controlled, managed and made to serve. They appear sometimes and disappear at others, going out of sight from our world. However, Allah the Almighty does not lose sight of anything, and nothing can be hidden from him. He is without end, everlasting without disappearance. There is no other deity but Allah. Abraham made clear to them, first, that the celestial bodies are unworthy of worship and, second, that they are among the signs of Allah. Almighty Allah commanded, "And from among his signs of the night and the day, and the sun and the moon. Prostrate not to the sun nor to the moon, but prostrate to Allah who created them, if you, really, worship him. Abraham's reasoning helped to reveal the truth, and then the conflict between him and his people began, for the worshippers of the stars and planets did not stand mute. They began arguing and threatening Abraham. Abraham replied, "Do you dispute with me concerning Allah while he has guided me, and I fear not those whom you associate with Allah in worship? Nothing can happen to me, except when my Lord, Allah, wills something. My Lord comprehends in his knowledge all things. Will you not then remember? And how should I fear those whom you associate in worship with Allah, though they can neither benefit nor harm? While you feel not that you have joined in worship with Allah things for which he has not sent down to you any authority. So, which of the two parties has more right to be in security? If you but know, it is those who believe in the oneness of Allah and worship none but him alone, and confuse not their belief with zulm, wrong, i.e. by worshipping others besides Allah. For them, only, there is security and they are the guided." The curtains are drawn on the first category of people, those who were worshipping celestial bodies. The next situation reveals the second group, those who were practicing idolatry. Allah gave Abraham the reasoning he needed the first time and every time he argued with his people. Almighty Allah declared, "And that was our proof which we gave Abraham against his people. We raise whom we will in degrees. Certainly your Lord is all-wise, all-knowing." Abraham did his best to make his people heedful to the belief in the oneness of Almighty Allah and to the worship of him alone. He bade them to firmly renounce the worship of idols. He said to his father and his people, "What are these images, to which you are devoted?" They said, "We found our fathers worshipping them." He said, "Indeed you and your fathers have been in manifest error." They said, "Have you brought us the truth, or are you one of those who play about?" He said, "Nay, your Lord is the Lord of the heavens and the earth, who created them. And of that I am one of the witnesses." All was finished between Abraham and his people and the struggle began. The most amazed and furious was his father, or his uncle who had raised him, for, as it is well known, he not only worshipped idols but sculptured and sold them as well. Abraham felt that it was his duty as a good son to advise his father against this evil so that he could be saved from Allah's punishment. Being a wise son, he did not make his father feel foolish, nor did he openly laugh at his conduct. He told him that he loved him, thereby hoping to generate fatherly love. Then he gently asked him why he worshipped lifeless idols who could not hear, see, or protect him. Before his father could become angry, he hastily added, "O my father, verily, there has come to me of knowledge that which came not unto you. So follow me. I will guide you to a straight path. O my father, worship not Satan. Verily, Satan has been a rebel against the most beneficent, Allah. O my father, verily, I fear lest a torment from the most beneficent, Allah, overtake you, so that you become a companion of Satan in the hellfire." He, the father, said, "Do you reject my gods, O Abraham? If you stop not this, I will indeed stone you. So get away from me safely before I punish you." Abraham said, "Peace be on you. I will ask forgiveness of my Lord for you. Verily, he is unto me ever most gracious. And I shall turn away from you and from those whom you invoke besides Allah." Subscribe.